Hi, welcome. My name is Elizabeth Trong, and today we're going to be doing something very exciting. We're going to be visiting my good friend Nick Dillenberg at the Underwater World Adventures. Come on. Here at the Mall of America lies Underwater Adventures Aquarium, rated by the Discovery Channel as our world's top shark encounter. This is my good friend Nick Dillenberg.
Hi.
What are we going to do today, Nick?
Well, we're going to take a behind-the-scenes tour. In addition to going into the aquarium, we're going to see our lab, our kitchen, see some of the food, and even see a green iguana up on the top of the tank level.
A green iguana. I'm excited. Let's go.
Let's get started.
And so our adventure began, overlooked by an ominous glimpse of what awaited us. We first visited the kitchen, and with hundreds of animals to feed, a constant supply of fresh food is a must. I asked Nick why the sharks don't eat other fish in the tank, and he pulled out the main course.
But if you ever wonder why the sharks don't eat so much, it's because they've got this big bonita there.
Next, we visited the lab, which is used for water quality testing, research, and educational purposes. Ready for another fun fact?
Here, take this bamboo shark tail and tell me if it feels the same touching it one way as it does the other.
Okay, that's kind of rough. Oh, wow. It's really smooth.
They have dermal denticles, which are essentially teeth on their skin. And it allows them to withstand a lot. Actually, the first sandpaper in the world was made from shark skin.
Really?
So now you know.
Looks kind of like ravioli.
It's actually a shark egg case.
Oh,
It was time to move on and meet the cutest, most adorable turtle in the world.
what kind of turtle is this?
That's Oyster. She's one of our two Kemp's Ridley sea turtles.
Okay.
There are 8 species of sea turtles in the world, and all but one are endangered. Of course, you can tell that they probably don't have a lot of ways to defend themselves. Sharks
Yeah.
are their main predators in the water, but their biggest predator is actually a human being in the form of nets.
So how long do they live?
They can live up to 100 years.
And how old is she again?
She's only 10 years old.
Okay, wow. She's got a long ways to go.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Next, we saw the iguana, who had an eye for the camera.
What I'm gonna do is just stroke his chin, just so he gets used to me, and I'm gonna be real nice to him. You can see right under his chin, that's called his dewlap. It's a great indicator of his mood. His is usually up, which is a pretty good indication he's always in a good mood. And I'm keeping up really high just because he is very territorial, and he likes to be the top dog, so to speak.
Our next stop had a great view of the water tanks.
From up here, you can see some of our 1.2 million gallons of water that we've got going, and our 4 huge, large tanks.
Wow. It looks like a really fancy pool.
Yeah, a pool you might not want to go swimming in, though. We've got about over 30 sharks in here, and 6 different shark species.
Wow.
To give you an idea, we got about 495,000 gallons of salt water that make up what you call Shark Cove.
How deep does this go?
It's 13 feet deep, and if you're in the tunnel, when we will be in a second, it's just about 5.5 from the top of that acrylic. So why don't we pop down there, and then we'll take a look from the other side.
Great.
Seeing the sharks from above gave me a huge rush, but it was nothing compared to what was to come.
So, do you have this guy in a tank?
No, we don't. The great whites would be a little bit too big for
Oh,
us.
okay.
On our way to the tunnel, we walked through a Minnesota wilderness and were greeted by Brutus.
This is Brutus, our 60-year-old, 165-pound alligator snapping turtle. And they open their mouths, use their tongue as a kind of lure until a fish swims by, and boom.
Holy cow.
And trust me when I say they could definitely take off one of your fingers.
Wow.
And finally, we stepped into the water world.
Wow, I really feel like I'm in the water with them.
I was breathless. Hundreds of beautiful fish and sea creatures And
Where are the sharks?
the tunnels stretched a full 300 feet, providing endless, breathtaking views of a world underwater, graced with sharks. After a final, hauntingly beautiful glimpse, we reached the end of the tunnel and ran into more wonders of the sea. Coral reef, alligators, an octopus, and even a live bamboo shark egg. All in all, it was an incredible journey, and there was still one last highlight before we were finished.
And here we are at the end of the tour. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching us. And Nick, thank you so much for taking us on this lovely tour today.
My pleasure.
Definitely. And guess what? Nick told me that we get to pet the sharks and the stingrays.